All right, really quick, I want to show the products that I use to prep my nails. I have extremely oily nails and very weird skin, and my nails are also very ridgy. I don't know if you can see that in my thumbnail right there. So I have to use different products to get my jams to stay on for 2 weeks, though I find it completely worth it considering nothing stays on my nails longer than a week except for Jamberry. So I take the extra steps to make them work. This is a natural nail dehydrator. I put this on first and rub each nail for about 20 to 30 seconds with a cotton ball, and wait till you see what my nails look like after I put that on. Ew. Then I immediately put on the Orly Bonder, the rubberized base coat. I put a very, very thin layer of this. Generally, this is all ladies need underneath their jams. If their jams are lifting at all, you can buy this off of Amazon or at your beauty supply house. And then I put on the Jamberry, let's see here if it's gonna focus, the Jamberry smoothing base coat. There it is. I use this because I have very ridgy, scoopy nails, so you can see how scoopy that nail is right there. I've been bending them all day, so that's why you got those little white lines, because I pick them like that, because I took my jams off and now I'm really rude on them. Anyway, so I put this on after I do these 2 steps. And actually I can kind of just peel my jams off after I have used this, or when I use this underneath it, and it will leave this on, so it protects my nails from application. I don't even have to remove them correctly, though I do not advise that. I advise removing them correctly in case it doesn't stick. This doesn't stick to your nail. You don't want your natural nail to lift off at all, so I do recommend taking them off with oil or acetone as per recommended. But sometimes if I get in a pickle and I need to just take them off, I will just peel my jams directly off, and if anything, it just takes a tiny bit of the smoothing base coat off. All right, I'm going to pass my phone off to my husband so I can show you how I prep my nail. Clifford. All right. So first I take the nail dehydrator and I soak cotton ball in it pretty good. And then I rub each one of my fingernails all the way down on the sides. I rub them really well. Each one of them I usually rub for about 20 to 30 seconds. I'm not going to do that right now for the sake of time, but I want to show you what it looks like, what my nails look like after I use this dehydrator, because it looks very scary. And I only do one hand at a time each step. So I'll do this with one hand, and then I'll do the bonder and then the smoothing coat, and then I'll do the other hand, and then I do jams the same way. Okay, do you see that? Can you see how dehydrated they are? Can you see my skin is very white? It has literally pulled all of the oils out of my skin. But no fear, it will come back. You just have to wash your hands. All right. So we'll see how long this stays. I imagine it'll probably stay about 10 to 12 days if I make it that long, because I get very bored. All right. So that is how I prep them the first step. Then I take the Orly Bonder and I put a very thin coat. And I put it all the way to the sides so that I'm sure my jam will adhere to it. And don't forget to kind of cap the tips a little bit so you don't have to worry about them lifting. I don't have growth on all my fingernails right now, a lot of growth, so I can't cap them very easily. Okay, so that's what they look like now. And it dries almost instantly, but really you don't have to worry about it drying very significantly. All right, and here's the Jamberry smoothing coat. And I don't actually shake this. I roll it between my hands, which a nail tech friend taught me to do because it shakes the bubbles out instead of creating bubbles. All right. Then I apply a very thin coat of this. And again, I apply it as you would nail polish all the way over the nail. I don't worry about leaving a gap. You do want to leave a gap with your jams. That's why I bring that up. And see, I'm not doing a very thick coat at all, but I just find this gives it a good base coat to stick to, and it smooths your nail out. Put this on here. Alright. Alright, so at this point I would let this dry, which it dries almost instantly. That's one of the great things about the Jamberry polishes. And they're 5 free too, which is awesome. Free of the 5 top harmful chemicals. But they'll dry almost instantly, so I'm going to do this hand and then I will start applying my jams. So I'm going to pause until I get my other hand done and then I'll be back. Alright, so I have done both of my nails. My husband's holding my phone, so that's how the magic is happening. I've done both my nails with the dehydrator, the oily bonder, and the smoothing base coat. And now I'm going to slay 2 unicorns here that I've been wanting to put on for a long time. I happen to already know which sizes I use on which finger, so I don't have to measure them, but how you measure your wraps is you're going to hold it up against your finger, wrap it around, and you want there to be a gap on either side. So I already know which ones I'm going to use, but that's how you measure. So I do the cold application method, and I'm going to just describe how I do that right now. Normally you wouldn't want to handle the wrap itself with your finger, but because I do cold application and this part isn't going to be on my nail anyway, I will handle it. So I hold it right on my nail, I put it in the middle, and I just touch it down. See how it's not pushed down at all? Then I hold it in front of the heater, oops, until it just starts to bend. So you'll see when that is. It's about 3 to 5 seconds depending on the wrap. That is a bend right there. And I push it down and pull and wrap over the edge. And I pull on the sides, pull and wrap, and smooth that baby down. Oops, sorry about that. And then remember, you want to apply pressure, and you already did your heat, so there it's on. Okay, now that one's done, and I'm going to move on to the next one. And I did not get that center. I don't know if you guys can see that. I put it way too far to this side, but there's a gap over there still, so I'm not too worried. I just normally would center that a little bit more. A little bit better than that. Alright, next up. And when you get really good at it, you can leave the middle section if you have shorter nails. Because I do cold application method, I can't really do that because I handle the very tip. Stick it on, just don't push it down at all. Get your heat, sorry. And it's starting to curl. Touch it down, and you're gonna pull and wrap, and smooth it out. Oops, sorry. And you know what, I just realized I put the wrong size on that. So, here's an example of what not to do, but I will show you this. So I'm going to take this off and see how it took just the smoothing top coat, or the smoothing base coat, but it didn't take my fingernail with it. Normally I would never do that, so please do not take that as something that's allowed. I just apparently am nervous. I'm on camera, so I'm just going to top that back off with the smoothing base coat. That was the wrong size. Sorry. Okay, this is the right size. There we go, messing up again. Okay. And I don't even need to like really make sure that's super dry. It just shouldn't be wet. It should just be tacky. It's a little wet still. I'm just hitting it with the heater. Sorry, I'm blowing on it. Okay. So set your wrap on. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to make a million mistakes apparently because I'm on camera. All right, heat it up. It's starting to curl. Press it down, stretch. And do you see how worried I am about doing it perfectly? I'm not, because I know they're gonna work. As long as I don't touch the part that is going to stick to my nail, I don't need to worry. There you go. See, it looks beautiful. Looks perfect on there. All right, next step. Make sure I do the right size. And again, this is the cold application method. The normal application method, you would heat the wrap. I'll do it right now. Until it's starting to bend. Then you put it on. And you stretch and pull first. And I have very curved nails, so it's hard for me to do this method. But I can because I've practiced. Okay, and then you reheat it. And press it down again. So that was the regular application method. And can you see my tiny little gap on either side and on the bottom? I don't go all the way to the sides. If you go all the way to the sides, you're gonna get little bubbles like the ones that are on the tip out here on the sides, because your nail oil is going to get underneath. You're going to be touching your skin. You do not want to touch your skin. And I skipped there because I just go down the row. Again, I'm not handling the part that's actually going to be on my nail. All right, this one is almost too big for this nail, so I have to do an extra stretch on this one. So I press it down and I stretch it real good so that it doesn't touch my skin on either side. And if it is a little too big for you, you can trim the sides off and then you don't have to worry at all before you put it on your nail. Don't forget to apply that pressure. See how beautiful these are looking? Gorgeous. Okay, back to this guy. Now, really quick about the thumb. Trimming off the petty pack there. My thumbs are square. Most ladies' thumbs are square on the bottom. So I have to actually trim off the rounded part on the bottom in order to have it work maximum capacity on my nails. All right. So see, I squared that off. Set it right on there. Heat it up. And it's starting to bend, so it's plenty of time. And then I'm going to stretch and pull. Metallic wraps are definitely harder to get without bubbles, but as you can see, a little bit of practice and you can get that. And you all can see my little ridges and bumps in there. I probably could have done a bit of a thicker coat with the smoothing base coat to have that not be there. Smooth it all down. Okay, so now I've done one full hand. Now I'm going to go through. You can use cuticle scissors, which will come in your starter kit, or just regular nail clippers. And I just trim off the excess of the wrap. And I actually try and trim a tiny bit of my nail so that I don't have to file. I don't like filing. I think it lifts the wrap up a little. You can hear that I'm kind of snipping my nail a little bit. Oh my goodness. Ooh, there we go. Apparently it's a workout. Okay, quick and easy. Now I do have a little bit of wrap left over. I left it on purpose. Can you see that little flap right there? So all you do is you file straight down at a 45-degree angle. Is that the right angle? 45 degrees. Just straight down. You don't want to go back and forth, and you don't want to lift up and down because you don't want to lift your nail or lift your wrap. So you just go straight down. You will trim off all that excess. And I'm showing you the whole application so you guys can see just really exactly what it takes. It's not a whole lot. And I'm almost done already with this hand. And my right hand, even though I'm right-handed, when I do my right hand with my left hand, it's quicker because I've already trimmed all the wraps down by half. So I don't have to do any cutting. It's a lot quicker. Perfect. Just making sure they're all cleaned up here. And you can look at the bottoms of it and see if you've cleaned them up all the way. Hope you guys can see this. All right, perfect. Look at that nail, or that hand. Isn't that gorgeous? All the way done. All right, now you're going to take, you don't have to do this. I'm just showing you the spoon pusher. This is the spoon, cuticle spoon pusher. This does not come in your kit. I don't ever use it, but a lot of ladies rave about this. You can heat this up with your heater, and then you go back and you just basically seal those edges down with that heat. See how I'm doing that? And I think it's literally melting my wrap. So probably don't do it that long. I don't do that. All I do is reheat it, 1, 2, 3, and press it down. Reheat it. And I actually just do them like this. I'm lazy and I don't have time to sit around. There we go. Resealing. Wonderful. Okay, you're done. Now, if you happen to have the TruShine system, here is how you put the top, and I'm looking for an alcohol wipe, a nail prep wipe. Here's how you put the top, sorry, excuse me for just a minute. The sealing coat, the base coat and top coat on. So you're done with this heater now. Now you're gonna move in with the LED light that comes with your TruShine gel enamel system. You want to wipe off your jams that you just put on with an alcohol wipe. All this does is it just takes the nail oil or the finger oils off that you just put on there by rubbing it with your finger. All right, then you're going to take your base coat. Oh, whoops. This is the better way to do this. Okay. And you want to wipe it off towards you and then wipe it off away from you, about half of it. So you're just leaving half on the very back. And you want to put it on over your jam in a very thin coat and over the end of your nail. Very thin coat. And you may make sure not to touch your skin. If you get it on your skin, again, your nail oil or your finger oils will lift the gel. Cap those edges. All right. We're going to cure for 45 seconds, so I'm going to pause while we're curing. All right, now I'm putting the thumb in for 45 seconds, pausing. All right, so really quick, I just want to tell you, so this has been in here for like maybe 20 seconds. This automatically has a timer in it, so it's going to shut off at 45 seconds. I just want you to see what I'm talking about. And that, you don't have to count. You don't even have to be paying attention. And another thing I noticed about our UV light is or not our UV light, our LED light, is it doesn't hurt my fingers. Like the gel at the salons, the lights are too strong and they hurt my fingers when they're curing. This one doesn't bother me at all. And I have very sensitive fingers. There we go, shut off. Okay. Now we're going to take our top coat. So you have to use the base coat and the top coat. Otherwise the top coat will not adhere to the base coat. And don't forget that gel doesn't dry. It just cures, so it's still going to be sticky. You don't want to touch this right now. Alright, and we're going to put the top coat on, cap the end. Sorry, my baby's awake. My sweet almost 3-year-old. And gel's a bit more forgiving because it does stay tacky. So if you happen to get a fuzzy in it, you can just wipe it off with an alcohol wipe and put another layer on. because the alcohol, it's still already on there. You're just basically wiping off the tacky layer. All right, so now my top coat's on. I'm gonna cure. Curing my thumb. Here it goes. Top coat cure. All right, this should be finishing up. Really quick, I want to say you only need 1 coat of top coat if you're putting them over your jams. If you're putting it over the gel enamel color, the actual enamel color, like the lacquer, but the gel, you probably want to do 2 coats of top coat. All right, so now they're still sticky because they're a gel. And so all you do is you take an alcohol wipe or a nail prep wipe. Your kit will come with them. And you just wipe them off really, really well. And that takes off the sticky layer. You don't have to worry about that anymore. They won't be sticky at all. And voila! Sorry, here. Ooh, there we go. Further away. There we go. Your jams are on. And this metallic, I've never worn this before, but this definitely shows off my damaged nails. They are not damaged because of Jamberry. They are damaged because I bit them down all the way. Do you see that ridge down there at the very bottom? This one? I bit them all the way down to there. Literally, all of them. They were so damaged. This one I bit all the way down to here. And they bled and they were disgusting. And now look at them. They're grown out and they're beautiful, and for the most part they look awesome. The metallic wraps are much, much thinner than a lot of the other wraps, and so you can see that. They show imperfections in the nail better. But that's all it takes, ladies. You can do it.